This is a battery. More importantly, this is a dead battery, and a lot of places we travel, there's nowhere to charge batteries. How on earth do you charge a battery in the middle of nowhere? So there's 3 different options that I'm going to talk about today that I've learned, and I feel all these are revolutionary. So first option is bring a lot of batteries. So for example, when I filmed my Kauai video where I had to hike in 20 miles round trip, it was actually 22 miles round trip, I brought about 6 to 7 of these little guys, and that's what I used the whole trip. There's been other trips where I know I'm going to be gone for a week, and I bought in 12 of these batteries now, so I'll bring all 12 batteries. So that is an option as far as not charging your batteries at all, but just bringing a buttload of batteries. Sorry, I said the B word. Now we do that the same with our red camera, is we have a lot of batteries for that camera as well, just in case we go out in the middle of nowhere and there's no option whatsoever to charge batteries. So that's the first suggestion I would give, is just bring a lot of batteries. Now that's not always an option though for a lot of people as far as being able to buy that many batteries. So the second option is actually using solar power to charge your batteries. Now I use a product called Goal Zero, which is actually right here, and I have a bunch behind me as well as far as different models that are used for different things. Now this device right here will charge batteries no problem. So right here I can turn on the device, there's a power button, and I can plug in my Canon battery, and this battery was dead, so now it's charging right now, and it's charging almost the same amount of power as if it was plugged into the wall. Roughly close the same amount of speed. So this device is amazing. This was not sponsored, just for the record, but this is a product I absolutely love. And what's so great about this is not only can I charge Canon batteries or other batteries, but I also can do USB, so I can plug in my phone. So to charge this device that you're gonna take with you out on location, there's 2 ways to charge it. If you're gonna be at a hotel or somewhere else before you head out, always charge it first just with house power, where you can plug this in. There's a blue ring right here, so you know it goes into the blue input. So you can plug this in, fully charge it, and it tells you right here when you turn it on, 20% all the way up to 100%, so you can know how much energy this has left to give out if you're charging other batteries. Now, this is cool and all, but what makes this the coolest for me, in my opinion, is the fact that you can use the sun to charge your batteries while you're out in the middle of nowhere. So the way you charge this device, or any of the Goal Zero products, is by actually using a Goal Zero solar power, this right here. See that display? So this, as long as it's sunny out or fairly sunny out, partially cloudy is okay, just doesn't give it the full charge like normal, but you can put this out anywhere and then you plug it directly into this, and right in the back it actually has a zipper so your cords don't go all over the place. And I can take this, plug it in to my blue input, just like that, and then I can leave this out in the sun all day. Now you're probably thinking, well, I am hiking all over the place when I'm out there filming. I can't just leave it there. Well, I have a solution. So if you're hiking in the middle of nowhere and you need to take the power with you, you can strap this to the back of your backpack, and it has hooks to do all that stuff. Put this in your bag, and then as you're hiking, just have this on the back of your bag. You're constantly charging this as well. So you can't go wrong with this. I love this product, and we've taken it to so many places where there was no power options, and this has been amazing. Now, if you want to get the most out of this, if you're in a hurry to charge as much power as possible, you can hook in 4 of these Goal Zero power supplies to each other. So on the back right here, they have this other connector, so this goes into what I'm trying to charge. Then this, I can hook into this one. I can hook up to 4 of these all together all charging. So obviously you're not gonna walk around with 4 of these as you're hiking 30 miles into a location, but if you're somewhere where you can have the tent or wherever you're base camped, you can hook 4 of these together and you're getting 4 times roughly more power or more sun power to your charger. So this is what we use when we go onto location, depending on what we need to charge. I'm either gonna be bringing 1 of these, 2 of these, 3 of them, 4 of them. So now let's talk about the different Goal Zeros. This one right here is the Sherpa 50. What I personally use this for is charging Canon DSLR batteries and also anything that has to do with USB. Now this, even though it has your typical power adapter, this can't charge a MacBook laptop because that needs more power. However, they have another model that can do that. That's where the Sherpa 100 comes in. So this model, you can see the difference right here. Boom, boom. So this is a little bit more as far as size. It's definitely a little heavier, but this can actually charge your laptop. So when I travel on airplanes and I know I have a big edit to do and I'm not gonna have power on the airplane, which I normally never have, I can plug my laptop, my MacBook Pro, into this device right here, and I could have a lot more time to edit on the airplane while we're traveling. So this is actually the one that I use for everywhere that I travel, is this device right here. And because this takes a lot of power when it's actually working, there's a fan on that. The one thing I have learned is I have stuck it in a bag where there's not a lot of air circulation, so it can get pretty hot, but just make sure you stick it out in the open where the fan can be working its magic, and it works totally fine. And I absolutely love that as well. Another cool thing about this that I haven't even talked about is it also has a flashlight. So if you're out camping in the middle of nowhere, you could be doing flashlight games. No, you can actually see the equipment though that you're filming with. Now they also have bigger models of Goal Zero that have a lot more power. One of those is the Yeti 150, and this is significantly heavier than the other ones. This is the smaller version of the Sherpa 50, and as you can tell right there, there is definitely a size difference and a weight difference. So this is great for traveling where you have your car close by. You just take this and you can charge your batteries. Now the red batteries and a lot of the cinema batteries, they need a lot more power. So I'm not using all these little guys to charge that stuff, such as the Red Dragon or the Phantom Inspire batteries. I'm using something much bigger. Ah! It's a good thing I worked out today. So this little guy takes all my strength. This is really heavy. You can see right here the difference in sizes. This is significantly heavier. Oh, so this is heavy. So this device right here is heavy. I mean, it's a battery pack. The Yeti 400. This will charge the red batteries, no problem. Oh, I'm out of breath because this is actually heavy and I just did the whole workout thing a second ago. So we did a big video at Devin last year during the summertime, and we were filming on 2 red cameras. And this is 11, 12 mile hike in. There's no way to get power out there where we were. So I needed a power solution. So this was my power solution to charge all of our red batteries. And this alone would give me, on a red volt battery, this would give me about 7 charges total, give or take. And a couple Inspire batteries as well, is what this was able to do for us. Now this was not ideal to carry out there. That's a long hike in, and it's a lot of terrain that's up and down. So we actually stuck this in a hiking backpack and we switched off carrying this. Once we got to our base camp, we'd actually set this out in the sun, and then we'd hook up 4 of those solar panels to charge this. So once we got in for the night, we'd charge all of our batteries, and then the next day we would continue to charge this up. At nighttime, we charge all our batteries off of this as well. So this is an amazing product. I love it. So that's Goal Zero, and they make a lot of different things for a lot of different people depending on what you need. They actually have a really small one as well, just for charging your phone or any small USB device. So there's a lot of different options out there, and it's all about clean power as far as the sun power. You can still plug it into a wall if you need to, but you could be charging everything off of this for a while with no issues. I just wanted to add one more thing that I think is awesome, because a lot of you are asking this question. the other question is, well, light, power when it's nighttime when you're out filming. Goal Zero also has a lot of different adapters and light adapters, so you can use the same device to charge your batteries. They also have these lights that don't take up much power, and the same plug-in that's hooked on here, I can plug it in and turn it on. And then I have a flashlight here, or I can take it out. And it has a long cord that I can set up somewhere. And then now I have a lantern or a light that I could use on a film shoot. And then they also have this option as well. This is a lantern. Boom, boom. I take this on location when we travel as well. This isn't used for charging your actual batteries, but just an awesome light. And you can charge it by actually creating electricity just like that. And then you can turn it on half, so it just turns on half of it. Or if you turn it on full brightness, it turns on both sides. And we'd actually use these as a night light while we were out there filming on location. And it has a USB outlet right here, so I can charge things as well. And it has a safety warning if I need to call for help. It doesn't call for help, but it lights up to let people know if they can see the light. So, not so much about charging batteries, but I think this is a practical thing or a practical tool that Goal Zero makes just because we're talking about Goal Zero right now. Now, since we're talking about Goal Zero, I'm just going to show you on location what it was like using this device. Here we go. Because we are in the middle of nowhere, we literally had to take a helicopter ride in, and then we had to hike in. We're about 3 miles in right now. So we actually contacted our friends at Goal Zero, or we got a bunch of Goal Zero solar panels, and the problem is how do you charge your red when you're out in the middle of nowhere? So Goal Zero has a lot of different sizes, shapes and sizes for charging a lot of different things. For us, our red equipment takes a lot of power to actually charge our red cameras. So Goal Zero, we got this contraption right here, and it is solar panel. We filmed all day yesterday, and once we got done, we had to charge all of our red batteries, and because there's no outlets, we can't bring a generator in here, too far to come in. We can actually just charge everything with solar panels. And you can actually hook up to 4 of these solar panels together. I brought 3 for this trip. I actually don't need something like this, but because we need so much power, this is basically doing all the work for us. And then it becomes a gigantic battery. At the end of the day, we come back and all that power is saved in there. So now we're gonna actually go down to the bottom of this waterfall, start filming for the rest of the day, come back, this will be fully charged, and then we keep on filming for the rest of the day. So thank you, Goal Zero. So that's Goal Zero. That's a second option as far as being out on location and a way to charge your batteries or deal with batteries situation. Never ideal. Now the third option, so if we're doing a big shoot and we're doing it on a location that's fairly close to the cars, most of the time we're also using a generator. There's a lot of different generators out there. I'm all about a small generator that's going to be efficient to charge batteries and give us what we need to. This right here is another awesome option for charging your batteries if you're somewhat close to your car or big lights. This is going to give you the most power, and this generator model is, I'd say, one of the top independent filmmakers' favorite models. Now also this generator is an inverter, so what that means for generator is it makes it so your lights aren't flickering. For a lot of filmmakers that's a big deal, because if I had these lights plugged into a generator, if they weren't the right types of light, they'd start flickering, and that would be annoying for people watching the video. So that has an inverter built into it, so it prevents that problem. So that's why I would suggest that generator, because it is very small compared to most. It's fairly light for a generator, inverter, and it's fairly decent price as well. So that was our tutorial on power adapters while filming out in the wild. Hopefully that was a lot of information that will be really helpful. It's super hard going out in the middle of nowhere and figuring out how on earth am I going to charge batteries. I personally would suggest Goal Zero if you're somewhere close to a car. Goal Zero again, or I think a generator is going to be an awesome option, but also sometimes it's just easier to buy a bunch of batteries and not have to deal with generators and all these other power sources out there. So before you leave, one question, because I'm just really curious as far as our audience, what's the furthest you've had to travel to get a shot? How far have you gone? Have you hiked 10, 20 miles to film something, or are you doing everything from your car? I'm really curious as far as our audience, how far are you going to get that shot? because that will help me know the audience that I'm talking to. Thanks so much for watching. I'll leave links below in the description about the products I talked about, so if you want more information on that, you can actually go to their website and check it out. Buy them if you want. This was not sponsored by anyone that I just now talked about. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Over and out.
Yeah, wham, bam, super tramp. And I tipping up my hat while I boost the fans. And I hover up top, can you feel the noise? All the girls scream now cause they want the boys. Yo, making all the clouds looking like a big joke. When I run so fast and I sing so low. And you never wanna mess with me, you're just testing me. I just set me free, so just stop. We cool, we hot, we fresh, and we know we all confess.